And in today's video, we're gonna look at a concept called resting bitch voice. Now, the more I think about it, the more I think it should be a thing. Now, I'm sure we've all heard of resting bitch face, that eternally bitchy expression that sometimes you see on people's faces. But what if you can't see? Well, I'm sure you've often heard someone say, wow, that person sounds bitchy, or wow, that person's got a nasty tone. But resting bitch voice to me has a specific cadence to it, and it's usually always used. Now, I've got a few examples. Some of them are from blind women, some of them are not from blind women, but all of them have a resting bitch voice. Now, resting bitch voice could be different from person to person, just like a resting bitch face, but it's always recognizable. I had a piano teacher who was totally blind, born blind, and boy oh boy did she have a resting bitch voice. Even when she was trying to sound polite or happy, she always had an edge to her voice, a chip on her shoulder. It came out mostly when she would introduce or speak at the beginning of recitals, and it would go something like this. Welcome to the recital, everyone. I'd like to take this time to thank you all for coming, but I would like to also remind you that the performers need absolute quiet. This is also why I often ask that younger siblings be provided childcare, but this never happens. So please, if the younger siblings start making noise, take them out. It's very disturbing to the performers. Now, these are all points that I suppose could be made, except for the childcare one, which is completely out of order, and she has no business saying that. However, usually in a setting like that, you would try to sound more polite. But this woman, I don't know whether she didn't know how or whether she was just always angry, but she never said it politely. Yesterday, when I went to speak to my child's school about their asinine new online food ordering system and how it did not work for my screen reader, the principal came out and made an announcement in a very clipped, very short voice. We have given out keys for the school day system in the beginning of the year, and we sent them home last week. So you all should have them. But if you don't, we've got them here now. But if anyone doesn't have any pizza orders placed for the month, you do not have a choice but to send your kids to school with a lunch. I stand up. The school day application is not accessible with my screen reader. In the same voice, she says, yes, we will have to have the school board contact you in a couple of days. My secretary is not here right now, but we will contact you in the next couple of days. Is that all right? I suppose so, I said, not really having much of a choice. But again, a situation where even if you're trying to convey your position of authority, you don't need to necessarily sound like a rotten cunt to do it. These are my examples of resting bitch voice and how you can easily recognize that this is happening when you hear it. I hope this is an interesting perspective from a blind person's point of view. Maybe as a sighted person, you might try closing your eyes next time you hear someone talk and see if you can recognize the different tones in their voice. Just a fun little experiment. This has been the Blind Press YouTube channel. I hope you had a good day.